on, everyone? Darkside Phil here, and welcome to the weekend preview for October 21st. Yeah, today is October 21st, but I know I say this all the time. By the time you see this video, it might be October 22nd. But anyway, it's been a hell of a week, an extremely busy week. In addition to that, it's going to be another busy week with some special events and things going on this week. So definitely please watch the entirety of the video because you're going to hear all about my Halloween plans and things this year. It's funny because every year I think, oh man, it's going to be so busy, I'm not going to have time for anything for Halloween, and then somehow things just fall into place. Last year there was a blizzard, which allowed me to play a bunch of old school games to allow me to do a full playthrough of Saw. This year, Panda Lee is coming to visit me, which is something totally new. That's, obviously I wasn't going out with her last year or previous Halloweens. So we're going to do a special Halloween event, plus there's some cool announcements and things coming up. So, anyway, before we get to all that, I want to let everyone know, I actually did it as an annotation in the video last week, but I want to outright talk about it this week. We are very quickly approaching the end of the year, okay? And what that means is that we're going to have our end of the year series of videos coming out in December, which include many different things, including my Game of the Year awards, which should be very interesting this year because all of a sudden, as soon as this hardcore gaming season started, hit after hit after hit were being released, and a lot of great games that I'm enjoying that I think are going to end up being Game of the Year contenders. We're going to do our favorite simulation. It's going to be like a Smart Guy special, like favorite simulation picks in WWE 12. Of all the matches that we simulated this year in WWE games, we're going to pick our favorites, John Rambo and I, because it's the Smart Guy special, and we're going to have that kind of a series coming up. The third series, which is a big one, which I need your help with, is the funniest moments of the year. Now, it could be gaming moments, or it could be things that happen in vlog videos, like the weekend preview, in trip footage of my travels, whether it was to MagFest, to Too Many Games, down to Orlando for vacation with Panda Lee back in August. I mean, there's a lot of traveling that I did this year, and I think a lot of that has potential to make it to some of the funniest moments as well. So, lots of stuff that I need your feedback on what are the funniest moments. And the way that this works is that right now I have a thread open on my forums on thekingofhate.com. And I'm going to link it in the description of this video. So if you'd like to nominate your whatever you think were the funniest things that happened in my videos this year, head over there. You can already check out, there's already 6 or 7 pages of posts over there, and I haven't even mentioned it in a video yet verbally. And you can see examples of how to do it. What I'd like you to do is please post up a link to the video so the video will show in the thread, but then also give the time references. So, at 3 minutes and 20 seconds, this hilarious thing happens in the Resident Evil playthrough. Go check that out. And then you have the video there so people can look at it, okay? I'm going to have that thread open till probably about mid-November, okay? And then in mid-November, what I'm going to do is I'm going to review all the recommendations that everyone recommended as funniest moments. And I'm going to, number 1, see which ones were the most suggested. Like, I'm sure a lot of people will be suggesting the same things. And then number 2, I'm going to pick my personal favorites as well, what I think are some of my funniest things that happened during the year. And what I'm going to do is create a new thread that will have polls. Okay, we do this every year. The polls will basically allow you to vote on which ones do you think are the funniest. Now, the way that I believe I'll do it is I'll let you vote on multiple ones. So if there's 10 videos there, and you say, okay, out of these 10 videos, I think these 3 were really funny, and you vote for those 3. And we're going to tally that up from mid-November, probably till early to mid-December, and we're going to use that information to actually create the funniest, fan-voted funniest moments of 2012, okay? So, really cool. I'm excited. I'd like everyone, please, I need your feedback. That's the thing. As you know, I make so many videos during the year that some of the stuff I remember, oh sure, I remember this funny moment from this, but some of the stuff is like not as obvious, or maybe it's something that was from earlier this year and it's slipping my mind. I want to make sure that I'm at least getting the funniest moments into the things that get nominated so that you can vote on them next month, okay? So please check that out. Check out the thread, it's in the description of this video, okay? Okay. Give me 1 second because it's been such a busy week this week. We're going to review what I've done. And I've actually put out so many videos at this point that I'm actually a little confused as to what I did actually work on. Alright, here we go. I actually brought it up in front of my face here. This week has been another one of those really busy hardcore gaming season weeks where so many new releases, some things came out that I didn't even expect were coming out and I didn't even talk about in the weekend preview last week. So I hope that if you do watch the weekend preview and you don't watch all the playthroughs, that this will hopefully inform you of some of the stuff that I kind of did as a surprise this week, okay? And this week coming up is going to be a special week with a new retail release, but then the special Halloween stuff. So let's get into it. First of all, this week was so busy. On Monday, I wanted to play more XCOM, because as you remember, I had started playing XCOM when it was on launch day, basically. Played it for a couple days, but the game's tutorial mode was so shitty, basically, that I played myself into a corner. I was going to actually fail the game. But thanks to all the help and recommendations of my viewers and fans, I went back in with a positive attitude on that Monday, and I almost completely turned the game around, okay? I'm now at a point in the game where it's looking like if I can continuously do stop alien abductions and possibly beat the next story mission, I may be able to actually save the game and beat the game eventually. So I did a full day of gameplay of XCOM on Monday, okay? Tuesday, new releases, okay? We had Doom 3 BFG Edition and we also had 007 Legends. I played both of them on that day. And even though I enjoyed playing both of them, I discovered that the gameplay of 007 Legends is very shitty. It's like super generic FPS game, nothing unique whatsoever. The cool thing about the game is that you can play as 007, the Daniel Craig version, in classic Bond plot lines. So, you know, here I am, I'm playing through Goldfinger and on Her Majesty's Secret Service, and it's all these very classic Bond moments, but you get to do them as a different Bond, and it's fun because of that. I really feel if this game wasn't Bond at all, if it was just some other first-person shooter game, you would hate it. But I'm not necessarily hating it, it's just like, I'll get through the tedium and the boredom to get to the cool parts, okay? But here's what I did. I ended up playing a lot of Doom 3 this week simply because I liked Doom 3. I started playing it, I was like, wow, I forgot how much I enjoyed this game and how good I feel it really is. I was actually reacting to some of the jump scares. They got me, which rarely happens in a game. So, yeah, I had a lot of fun with Doom 3 BFG Edition, and over the course of the week, I beat the full single-player campaign, and also I did the new Lost mission for Doom 3, which is actually a completely new mini-campaign. It's about 2 hours long, but it's really neat, and the reason it's really neat is because id Software basically did what Doom fans were asking for back when Doom 3 originally came out. They made a campaign in the game that plays like classic Doom. That's right, big wide open rooms in hell where enemies are spawning, and so you gotta run and get your pickups and shoot and aim and dodge and strafe around all the stuff. It's not just like a corridor jump scare shooter, which is what most of the original campaign of Doom 3 actually was. So I think a lot of people who like the classic Doom would actually like the Lost mission and should at least check out the playthrough and also check out the game yourself, okay? I did not get a chance to do the Resurrection of Evil DLC. It's the expansion pack that came out for Doom 3 back in the day, simply because the game has so much freaking content. It was 10 hours for the campaign of Doom 3. It was 2 hours for the Lost mission. I didn't have time for another 5 to 6 hours to play Resurrection of Evil. Doesn't mean I'm never going to do it. No, it just means this is the hardcore gaming season. I'm busy as hell, and therefore, I just didn't get to it, okay? 007, I only played about 2 to 2.5 hours worth, okay? But I'm going to get to that. I'm going to explain what's going to happen with that game, okay? In addition to those scheduled games, some unscheduled stuff happened this week. The PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale Beta was actually released for PlayStation Plus owners exclusively, and I was able to jump into it and play it with all 6 of the characters that they made available during the beta. So I did a series of 24 videos showcasing every character. I tried to pick every one and see, gee, what's their level 1, level 2 super, what are their different attacks like, and I had a lot of fun playing the game. I have mixed feelings about the game. I think the game is a lot of fun for a party atmosphere and to dick around. I think that as a competitive game, I don't know if it's going to be very good. I won't know until I play the final product. Keep in mind this was a beta, but it did seem that some of the characters were pretty overpowered compared to the others. I don't know if that's going to necessarily, you know, ring true for the retail release. I guess we'll see when it comes out, okay? But definitely check out the beta gameplay if you're interested in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. And then there was a surprise release that I didn't know was coming out. Maybe it wasn't a surprise, but I don't know. it's called The Unfinished Swan. It's another one of these artistic, downloadable titles. It was a PlayStation Network exclusive, again, for PlayStation Plus members. It came out this week. Everyone else has to wait. And similar to Journey earlier this year, which I played, and a lot of people didn't agree with my feelings on Journey, but it's a game that's very short, very sweet, and it's completely up to the buyer to decide whether or not you feel it's worth $15 for a 2-hour game, okay? That being said, I think it's one of the most unique playthroughs I've ever done. In fact, I was getting almost like flashbacks to when I played Limbo a couple years ago. So I think the playthrough is definitely worth a look, because this might be the kind of game that's better to just watch a playthrough than to actually play it, to be completely honest. But the story of the game is actually really cool, and I really enjoyed the story of the game. Unlike Journey, where the story was never explained, there was no dialogue, in this game there is a very definitive story, lots of dialogue, and it fleshes itself out during the course of the game. And I really liked that. So I didn't do a Hateful Truth for it yet, okay? A little bit more on that as we get further in the video. And then we had a new episode of the Hardcore Gaming Season giveaway, okay? And I am pleased to say that, yes, we do have someone else who has also claimed the game for this week, which was Prototype. And keep in mind that the game for next week is now going to be Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 2. Apparently a lot of people are interested in it. In fact, we got a lot of entries right away. I think it's already beaten a couple of the other entire games. So definitely get your entry in there if you're interested in winning it. It's the collector's edition of the game for the Xbox 360, by the way. We did have some annoying YouTube bugs this week, which I addressed in a channel update, where right now it's still happening. Featured videos don't work properly. It's taking hours on end for featured videos to actually feature on your page. It's really fucking annoying. It's actually killing views on some of my playthroughs where I'm uploading a lot of videos. Usually every video will get a decent amount of views because it gets featured for a couple minutes on my main page. Now, only like, for example, out of all the Serious Sam Episode 3 videos, all 39 that I uploaded yesterday, something like 7 got featured on my page. What the fuck? Like, that's completely a broken system. YouTube has not addressed it nor fixed it. View counts on last Tuesday were fucked up. It looks like they may have adjusted themselves and fixed themselves now, but it's uncertain whether or not this will happen again. One thing that I do want to mention is that people are now saying that they're getting unsubbed to me a significant amount of time. In fact, today, after sleeping, literally being away from YouTube for 9 hours, I got up and looked at YouTube and it said I had lost 200 subs while I was asleep and not doing anything. So it wasn't like, oh, Phil's uploading too many videos, I'm unsubbing. It wasn't like I put out a video and I insulted people and they unsubbed. Nothing was going on and 200 people all of a sudden decide to unsub. That makes no sense. So I actually tweeted about it and I got a bunch of messages from people saying, guess what, Phil? We got unsubbed from you against our will. It seems like every once in a while, YouTube is unsubbing us for no reason. So this bug is continuing to happen. I just want to warn everyone that this bug is continuing to happen, okay? Saturday was a huge day because myself, John Rambo, and our friend Joe were all here to do an in-person, 3-person, full co-op playthrough of the campaign of Serious Sam 3. We had an absolute blast. I understand that putting out 39 videos in one day, within like a 6-hour time period, a lot of people haven't seen a lot of the videos. It seems that the people that have seen some of the videos are really enjoying the playthrough. It's one of those playthroughs where we really just let loose. It's us just destroying shit and making jokes and having fun here together. So if you haven't seen it yet, I don't blame you, but definitely check it out. If it's one of those things that maybe you don't get to right away, but you watch it in a couple weeks when you have some free time, I understand, but definitely put it on your agenda for playthroughs that you should watch, because we had a lot of fun, and that usually translates to a great playthrough, okay? And then today was like a kind of a downtime day for me because I was so beat from doing like 12 straight hours yesterday between Smart Guys and beating the campaign of Serious Sam 3. I was just completely drained, and I ended up sleeping super late, and I had a lot of housework I had to do today, so I did a lot of that. And then it ended up I didn't have a lot of time to play. So I played a little bit of XCOM, a little bit more. This time, it was like kind of almost an hour of epic fail trying to do this really hard story-based mission. Then I went back to doing regular abduction missions, and I actually beat one pretty convincingly. So it's almost looking like I will be able to possibly save that playthrough. Unfortunately, I'm out of time to play it again, okay? Alright, now what you're waiting for, what's coming up this week, please let's tune in because this is great. First of all, we've got, tomorrow is Monday, and I said, I considered what I could do, and I said, you know what, it would be unfair of me to not play any more of 007 Legends. Because even though the gameplay is ass, I was still enjoying myself as I played it because I was re-experiencing these different, you know, Bond scenarios. So tomorrow I'm going to put all of my focus on playing and beating 007 Legends. It does have multiplayer, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to actually do it. And the reason I say it is apparently there are already rumors that no one is playing the multiplayer anymore. And if no one's playing the multiplayer, then I can't play it and I can't factor it into my review. So I'm going to play through the entire campaign, and then I'm going to possibly attempt the multiplayer, and then I'm going to probably do a Hateful Truth review of the game. In addition to that, if I have time, I guess it all depends on how long it takes me to beat the game, I may also do a Hateful Truth review of the Unfinished Swan, okay? So that's what you can expect on the agenda for Monday. On Tuesday, we got a new retail release, Medal of Honor Warfighter, okay? And it's an FPS game, duh. The last Medal of Honor game that I played, I enjoyed the campaign, although I thought it was pretty funny. Some of the things that I said, some of the references, because they were in the Middle East, a lot of people got pissed off at. But I thought, if you take the playthrough with a grain of salt, you understand I'm making jokes. I'm not serious about it. It's a pretty funny playthrough. This time around, I'm not sure what the whole campaign is about. I haven't been following along. But, yeah, I'll be playing the campaign of Medal of Honor Warfighter on Tuesday, and then possibly on Wednesday if I don't beat it. And then I will do my best to try to play some of the multiplayer. However, the thing is, two things. Number one, I actually did 2 full sets of the multiplayer in the beta. And I would almost guarantee you that there's not much of a difference between the beta and the final product. Typically with these games, there usually isn't. The other thing is, Pandalee is coming to visit me this week, and she's actually coming on Wednesday night. So I only basically have all day Tuesday, and then during the daytime on Wednesday, to do gameplay of Medal of Honor Warfighter. So we'll see how much I get done. At the least, I'm going to get the campaign done, especially with these FPS games. Traditionally, the campaigns aren't very long, so I don't think I'm going to have a problem with that. Of course, now that I've said that, I'm sure that they will have decided to design the 47-hour-long FPS game campaign, and I'm going to look like an asshole. Okay, so Pandalee is coming to visit. What does that mean? It means a couple things. It means, number one, we're actually going to resume our cooperative gameplay of Tokyo Jungle from last month. A lot of people really enjoyed when we played Tokyo Jungle together. We've actually, at this point, if anyone's heard, there's been DLC available where you get the panda and the giraffe and a couple other animals. We've unlocked those. There's also some new free items that we downloaded. And also, it looks like what we're going to try to do is get through as much of the story and unlock as much of the story as possible while playing with the new animals, trying to do more survival mode. So, more content of that you liked last month. If you liked it last month, now's your chance. You're going to see more this week. You're going to see that probably around Thursday and Friday, okay? During the weekend, it's going to be our special Halloween celebration. So what that means is that we're going to do the Hardcore Gaming Season giveaway probably Friday night. On Saturday is going to be the beginning of our weekend of Halloween special, okay? We're going to be dressing up in our Halloween costumes, which we now have completely obtained, all the pieces of them. So we're going to do a special Halloween video for that. Then, we're actually going to do stupid horror games again. And we're actually going to do the picture-in-picture that we did last time. So, oh no, if we get scared, you'll see our reactions. But it's going to be us in our Halloween costumes, picture-in-picture, playing stupid horror games. And thank you to everyone who's made suggestions on my forums. There is a thread where you can suggest horror games that you'd like us to play. You can also, in the comments of this video, suggest horror games that you'd like us to play. I'd like to get more suggestions. We did get some. The one thing I want to make abundantly clear here is we're not playing long-ass games from start to finish. That's not the point of stupid horror games. The point of the series is to investigate into some horror video games and see if they're really scary or not. So far, not one game has scared me at all, okay? I think they're stupid, and it's just for people to go, ah, and do really silly reaction videos. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing for the Halloween special this weekend. So you'll see videos of that on Saturday and Sunday, possibly even Monday. if we go back, unless we might go back to Tokyo Jungle on Monday. I don't know, but at least for a day or two, you're going to see stupid horror games, okay? So please don't suggest Amnesia. Obviously, we can't play Amnesia, even if we wanted to. It's like 10 hours long. No, we don't have 10 hours to do an Amnesia playthrough this weekend. What we're talking about are games like we did last time. The Slender, and those stupid Flash games, or maybe a quick mod to Half-Life where, even though it might be long, maybe we'll just check it out quick, you know? Oh, is this scary? Not really, you know? And, or maybe it will. Maybe, yeah, because like I said, I actually did react to some of the jump scares in Doom 3 this week. Maybe something will get me. Who knows? But, horror-related content this weekend. And then on Monday, Pandali will be going back home. And the week after that is going to be absolutely insane. Let me just tell you. Assassin's Creed 3, okay? Need for Speed Most Wanted, okay? Expansion for Sleeping Dogs, that's a zombie-related expansion that comes out on Halloween that I'm definitely going to check out. I think there might be another game. Hold on one second. I could have sworn there was another game, too. Oh yeah, duh! WWE 13. How could I forget that? Yeah, the release of WWE 13, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to see me play through the different story mode campaigns and things in that game. People loved when I did it last year, and I'm going to do it again this year. That week I'm going to be so slammed with content that what I'm going to have to do is like divvy it up. Like I might say, okay, day 1 I'm going to do Assassin's Creed and I'm going to do WWE 13, half and half. Day 2 I'm going to do the Sleeping Dogs DLC, see how long it is, and then judging off of that, either go back to Assassin's Creed or WWE. On day 3, like Thursday, I'll probably do the same thing. For me, I think Need for Speed is the least priority on that list of games. You know what I mean? Like, I think that WWE and Assassin's Creed 3 are going to be huge. People are going to want to see that. The Sleeping Dogs DLC, definitely people are going to want to see that. I think Need for Speed is like, if I get to it. But I don't know if I'm going to get to it. We'll have to see, okay? So that's the rough plan for the next week and a half. I wanted to give you kind of like a bigger picture preview so that you understand what to expect when I come back from this. I guess you could say it's time off, even though it's not really, because we're doing footage anyway. We're doing Tokyo Jungle. We're going to do this Halloween special this weekend with super horror games. I really think you're going to enjoy it. So, tune in this week for the conclusion of 007 Legends, for Medal of Honor Warfighter, for more co-op of Tokyo Jungle, for stupid horror games in the Halloween special, and then I'll come back next week for probably one of the busiest weeks of the year with all those releases that are coming out. Alright? Alright, so that's it for the weekend preview. Thanks for staying tuned. I hope that you found it informative. I will see you for new gameplay this week, and I can't wait for the Halloween special. Peace out.